Come inside, make you feel something that's nice. I'm not perfect, it's just life. You know how we go, always moving with the flow. Play for keeps, play some shows in the six with my rhymes. Ride high, touch the sky, if you're eager you can fly. Find some place you can thrive, picture perfect just in time. It's fine, I'm okay, dancing around the words you say. It don't matter either way, you know I'm here to stay. Wanna be with you tonight, you don't get on my nerves. I wanna be with you tonight, you don't wanna get hurt. Swear, right, I'm a fight, see the name of flashing lights. When it's over, catch a vibe. It's alright cause I don't mind who, what, where, how. That's not just what I'm about. If you look at what you found, get me closer to the take my heart cause it was freezing. What you say is what you do. Look outside and catch the feeling. Let me know because I wanna be with you. You don't got my love.
Farley Gaines. Anne Farley Gaines was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and moved to South Haven, Michigan with her parents and 3 older sisters when she was 5 years of age. Her early interest in art was also stimulated by studying the drawings, paintings, and prints of her great-uncle, Lynn Bogue Hunt, noted wildlife artist, which were on the walls of her family's home. Living in the Michigan countryside was a catalyst for her future interest in landscape painting and incorporating landscape forms into her mixed media works. Although starting out in college as a music major, an art course taken during the spring quarter of her freshman year caused her to completely change her career trajectory. A fall quarter spent painting in Europe augmented her love of travel and painting in new and different locations. Gaines received her BA in studio art from Principia College in Elsa, Illinois in 1976, and her MFA in painting from Bowling Green State University in Ohio in 1980. That year she moved to the East Pilsen area of Chicago, now called the Chicago Arts District. After 13 years of renting a loft on Halsted Street, she purchased a Victorian home a block away on 19th Street, which she remodeled by 1996. She lives there today with Jeffrey Novelli, her sculptor husband, who she married in 2009. Their studios are on the second floor of their house, and they sometimes do collaborative works, most recently in ceramic. The recent acquisition of a kiln makes this collaborative process very convenient. Gaines is an extremely versatile artist who has worked in a variety of media and subject matter. In 2009, Gaines illustrated a children's book about an old toy poodle who lived through 3 different owners titled Annie Banani, My Forever Home. The author is a Beverly neighborhood resident in Chicago, Monica Joyce, a diabetes specialist who originated the Slam Dunk for Diabetes camps. She employed Gaines to design and coordinate the Solidarity mural and told the artist about a book she had designed, about a book she had written about Annie Banani, the toy poodle she had adopted and hired Annie to do the illustrations for. Although she welcomes such experiences segueing into new artistic territory as they keep her vision fresh, Gaines' signature works are her complex mixed media folding screens, shaped wall pieces, and murals. Primarily a painter, Gaines' nature-based murals have become a very important aspect of her production after she was commissioned to create 4 20 by 12 solar fabric banners in acrylic for Sara Lee Bakery Corporation on Michigan Avenue in 1993. Titled Heartland Almanac. Several of her murals in recent years have become collaborative, one being a commission in 2011 for the city of Palos Heights on Harlem Avenue in paint, mosaic, and ceramic tiles. It involved a ceramic tile border produced by students at 9 local schools, including Moraine Valley Community College, titled Treasures of Palos Heights. It measures 6 by 24 and has beautifully withstood the ravages of the Midwestern winters. The largest mural that Gaines designed and organized is 72 by 26 feet. It is on the north side of a women's shelter in San Jose Obrero Mission at 24th and Albany Street in Chicago's Little Village neighborhood in 2012 and 13. It is titled Progress Happens Here, Aquí el Progreso Ocurre. She received a Neighborhood Arts Program grant from the Chicago Department of Cultural Affairs to produce it. There were over 100 participants involved, some of them residents of the shelter. She and Novelli fabricated the 7 angles across the center, and they worked with volunteers to embellish the mosaic surfaces, starting on Thanksgiving Day 2012. Being once a faculty member in design at such institutions as Ripon College in Wisconsin and the International Academy of Design and Technology in Chicago, now closed, Gaines remains an educator who teaches workshops independently. From fall of 2005 through summer 2009, she worked with high school students on numerous mural projects throughout grants from After School Matters. Her primary achievement through ASM is a very extensive mural on the wall of a 600-foot walkway at Chi-Town Football on Throop Street, not far from her home. She enjoys sharing her skills with others, a quality that led to her appointment as visiting faculty at her alma mater, Peninsula College, in 2014, where she taught a class in public art. The end result of the course was a multi-sectioned mural on the side of a building on Ridge Street in the Huntertown neighborhood in Alton, Illinois, in the upper Mississippi region. Her most ambitious project to date was begun in early 2016 and completed in 2017, when Gaines was contacted by the director of the Wichita Falls Art Museum in Texas to design and produce a mosaic and ceramic mural with students, artists, and other community participants in Wichita Falls, Texas, through a grant from the Pretty Foundation. Measuring 15 by 30, it capitalized on the nature, landmarks, and symbolism of the region. Altogether, there were over 500 participants. In spring of 2018, she completed 2 complex murals in paint mixed media materials such as oriental paper, ceramic, and mosaic with her art teacher and students from J Stream Middle School in Carroll Stream, Illinois. One of them, Positive Ripple Effect, has to do with protecting the ecology of the Great Lakes. The other, Memories of a Painted Town, features special characteristics of the town of Carroll Stream and also includes Lake Michigan and the Chicago skyline as well as Buckingham Fountain, Gaines and Novelli's favorite landmark. Currently, Gaines is completing a series of 10 6x2 murals with at-risk teens at the Jane Addams Family Resource Center titled The Role Model Series. She embraces the concept of making a positive difference with youth through art-making processes. An aficionado of literature, Gaines originated and curated a traveling exhibition of almost 50 artists. Chicago artists interpret Shakespeare as they like it. From 2012 to 2017, it has been shown in 10 venues in Chicago and in the Midwest, including the H.F. Johnson Gallery at Carthage College in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Willard Winkleman Gallery at Bowling Green State University in Ohio, and the Guild Gallery at the Elmhurst Art Museum. Gaines has exhibited extensively in various parts of the United States, mainly in the Midwest, and has been both a member and later an affiliate member of ARC Gallery since 1984. In addition to having had numerous exhibits at ARC, Anne has shown at the Ukrainian Institute of Modern Art and Mars Gallery in Chicago, in addition to such venues as the Chicago Botanic Gardens in Glencoe, Rao Cultural Arts Center in Crystal Lake, South Haven Center for the Arts, South Haven, Michigan, Marshall Brooks Gallery and Holt Gallery in Principia College, Elsa, Illinois, the Kalamazoo Institute of Art, the Rockford Art Museum, Kemper Arts Center in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Art Center in Highland Park, the Bridgeport Art Center in Chicago, Illinois, and Woman Made Gallery in Chicago, Illinois. Gaines has works in such permanent collections as the Rockford Art Museum, Borg Warner in Rockford Hills, Michigan, Amico Ripon College in Wisconsin, Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey, the New Palos Heights Public Library, the Palmer House Hilton in Chicago, for which she completed 2 very detailed renderings of newly restored interiors, the Jacoby Arts Center in Alton, Illinois, and the Wichita Falls Museum of Art in Wichita Falls, Texas. Gaines has been a 2-time recipient of Chicago Cultural Affairs CAAP grant from 2006 and 2008. And Farley Gaines, welcome to the Music Train. Hello, you're here. My wish came true.
Yeah, thank you for the lovely introduction, Bessie. That was quite nice.
I am blown away, actually, that you're on my show right now. You know, we met through Woman Made Gallery, but I feel like we've known each other for a long time before that. I don't know. Do you find that you feel like you might know someone from another life, or just it just seems that we've known each other for so long?
Absolutely. And you recorded a song from that I sang that evening, and you put it on some program, and I guess there were 4 people that liked it. It was from the opera The Medium by Samuel Barber and Giancarlo Monati.
That's right. The
And
first we met at the Woman Made auction in, was it 2019?
that's
2000,
right.
I think it was 2019. And you were very open to me having my guitar, because I was kind of doing the minstrel thing, the walking around and singing for people. And we sang for each other, and that was just incredible. So music is our beginning. And I think it's something that the whole world shares. Welcome, everybody, to the Music Train. My name is Vessie Mink. As you know, I am your host, and we're in season 8. I'd like to introduce you to my friend, amazing singer, and an amazing artist in Chicago. She does so much work, outreach work, murals. I mean, you're just an incredible human being. Thank you so much for being my guest tonight on the Music Train for episode 11. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. I know you're watching on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Thank you so much for tuning in. A shout out to our sponsors really quick, and Mr. BK on out of Singapore, who without him, this show wouldn't have been conceived of. So your trajectory has taken a little bit of a turn. You started as an art major, ultimately ended up rather as an art major, but really it was music that found you initially.
The way I started becoming a musician is that from the time I was a child, I was always told that I was going to be an artist like my great uncle. And I sort of resented that. I also felt that I needed to get away from the house and do something that was very individual and fun. And I tried out for all the musicals, and I got parts in the musicals. And most of my friends were people that I teamed up with at rehearsals, etc. And my first year of college, I was a music major. And then spring quarter that year, I took my first college art course, and I found myself really wanting to be outside doing plein air work and drawing and painting. And I felt that that was my true love and what I wanted to base my career on. And that's what I've done. But within the last couple of years, I've really had the urge to sing again. And it has blessed and benefited me. So I'm doing both, and I'm happy.
Yay, I love that. And I feel like I want to play what you sang for the amazing event that happened just a couple of weeks ago that you invited me to. Thank you so much to inviting me. Such a plethora of amazing female artists in Chicago laying it down. I mean, these women that sang and shared and put on this night, this is a regular yearly event that they do. And the Atlantic Bar and Grill in Lincoln Park, it was just
The Atlantic Bar and Grill, yeah.
Yeah, it was just amazing to be there and to see all these fantastic performers. I really was blown away. In fact, I wanted to have prepared for today, which I'll have to create this in the future if you'll give me the okay. All the bits and pieces of the videos, I'd like to just sew something together as a presentation and a gift for you and the women that put on that show, because it was just phenomenal. So without further ado, the song you chose, you're going to explain here in the video. What's it called? Don't Let Winter Come Too Soon?
It's called Why Must Winter Come So Soon? And it's by the contemporary opera composer Samuel Barber.
Here we go, you guys. You're in for the huge treat here.
Winter comes so soon. The story of the opera Vanessa is not a comforting or a joyful one. As several operas, it is a tale of betrayal, a child born out of wedlock, and a love triangle. Joy of joys. Not. However, the incredible melody of this aria brings me great comfort and joy to sing, and I hope that it will be the same for you to listen to. In the immortal words, fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly, referring to the song Can't Help Lovin' Dat Man from Showboat by Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein, we need to listen to that inner voice and do what we are impelled to do and be. It never fails us. Be well, and I wish you comfort and joy over the holidays, this coming year and thereafter. Must the winter come so soon?
Just absolutely incredible. That last few notes that you do where it goes, I love that song so much. I never had heard of that before. And when you sing it, and it is a very sad song, and you've been singing that song for how long? Because it sounds like you've been singing it your whole life.
Oh, I would say for probably about 6 months. It's one of my repertory pieces that my voice teacher, Moira O'Brien, chose for me. She's extremely discerning about choosing choral numbers or opera numbers that the singers that she works with can do. And she knows what's good for your voice. That's one thing that's just great about her.
Moira is a singer. Is she not for the Chicago Symphony Orchestra?
She sings with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. That's right.
Wow.
She's in the chorus.
So it just seems to be that music is like courting you, saying, here, I'm yours. I mean, it seems to be that just the things that have happened situationally have led you here right now on the music train, which you're largely art painter, muralist, but you're a singer. You have so much heart in your voice, and I hope you'll sing live for us today.
I certainly will. I'm planning on it.
Yes, let's go. I want to say hello to a few people who are sending love. We're getting hearts. Thank you again, everybody. Let us know where you're tuned in from on X, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in today to season 8, episode 11 with Anne Farley Gaines, incomparable Anne Farley Gaines. You can visit her and find out everything about what she's doing, which, by the way, there are many things that are not on her website, nor in the bio voiceover that you heard me create in the beginning. AnneFarleyGaines.com. That's AnneFarleyGaines.com to learn more about where this amazing human being has been and where she's going. I know that, in fact, we've got some of your artwork here, just the piece behind us. Could you tell us a little bit after I drop us down so our audience can see what this piece is called?
Surely. Where in 2004, when I was visiting Venice for the third time with students from the International Academy of Design and Technology, where I taught. Several of the students had chosen to go off to the Lido beaches that day, and but I, as an educator and as the professor on the trip, felt that it was the best thing I could do was sit on the steps and paint the scene of St. Mark's and the many, many people going up to visit the cathedral, and also buying gifts from the vendors, etc. And of course, there are a few of the pigeons represented, and pigeons are just everywhere there.
It's
And
so beautiful, Anne. It's so beautiful. It's my favorite. I just
thank
love
you.
it. You're welcome. And I think I'm going to drop down and I'm going to go one slide to the next so that people can get more of a vision here of what you're doing.
Okay.
Where, here we go. So, or maybe we can even stay like this. Okay, let's
I
go to
should
the
say also that this is a book cover that a friend of mine chose, who authored a book for the first time this year, and it was called No Way Out, Venice. It's a thriller. And anyway, she and I had fun collaborating. I
Ooh,
was very flattered that she chose this piece.
it's beautiful, and I want to find out more about that book too. Let's see, what do we have next? We have aquatics habitat.
Yes, yes. That I cut out of plywood. And
What? That's
yes, I cut
plywood?
it out myself. And I put gesso on the surface. Gesso is like liquefied marble dust. And I used Asian papers as my main colorant, and also put acrylic paint underneath the layers of some of the paper so that you could see other colors coming through. And around many of the shapes are threads and fibers. This was purchased by a close friend of mine from high school, Cynthia Compton.
How lovely to have the support of friends. Also, I would want to buy it too because it's absolutely beautiful. And what a vibrant piece. And how big is this piece?
This piece is about 30 inches high by 18 inches wide.
It's really lovely. It looks like lotus flowers.
Just
Is that
lotus flowers, that's right.
so? Can you tell me, like, from where did this emerge, this image, or was this an image in your mind? I mean, how do you do, what's your process?
Well, I actually used photos I had taken at the Chicago Botanic Gardens.
Oh, so
Mhm.
this is something you saw that you brought to life. I
And I
love
did
it.
a small watercolor, which I used as a template, as an inspiration for it.
It's really, really beautiful. All right, let's move on to the next celestial wilderness. Ooh,
Yeah, that piece is still over my piano. It is 8 feet wide by four and
wow.
a half feet tall. And it was capturing the experience of being up in the air in a plane and looking down on a landscape and having all your troubles literally melt away because you realize that there are thousands of people down there that you're looking onto who are wrestling with some of the same issues you're wrestling with, and even more so.
Oh, that's so well stated. It's true. There's nothing like flying away and then I never thought though about who I'm flying over actually until right now.
Mhm.
How you said that. So you named it Celestial Wilderness because
Well, I was going through a kind of a celestial wilderness. A wilderness experience is sort of like, what, just to use a religious example, um, what Christ experienced when he was off in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights and did some very deep thinking. I know a lot of other religious people in other faiths have done the same thing, and they come back with all new perspectives, seeing
we
the
have
world very differently.
Beata Minkowski is tuned in as she loves that. She
Hi,
sends much
Beata.
love. Beata, thank you so much. Uh, let's
It's
move.
going to go into a show at Navy Pier. I don't mean to
Oh no,
interrupt
please.
you here, but it's been chosen for an exhibit that's going to be right outside the actual Navy Pier show that happens every year.
This is also my favorite, and I'm gonna have to go see that. I hope you tell me when that is. And everybody, again, we're here with Chicago artist and singer Anne Farley Gaines. Please go to her website and check out what she's done and what she'll be doing. We're right here in the throes of our episode, and we're finding out more about these amazing posts. You can go to AnneFarleyGaines.com or visit her on Facebook at Anne Farley Gaines. And one more time here, I would like to then move over to the next slide. Ooh, another
Yeah,
favorite.
that is in the collection of the Wichita Falls Art Museum. It was in a show that my husband and I had when I was down there working on a mural 4 different times. Um, the same mural. I would give lectures and demonstrations to student groups and also to people in the community. And in the time that I was away, they would make things. When I came back, there were boxes and boxes of items to put into the mural. But Jeff and I were in a show there called Artists Who Collaborate. And this is one of 7 ceramic pieces that I was able to ship down to Texas.
It's so
And
pretty.
thank you. It was of the Japanese garden of my father's very best friend. And we had visited him the Easter Sunday before he passed away. He was well into his 90s. And I decided to give this to the museum as a gift, and it is in their permanent collection because it would have been too difficult to ship it back without breaking. These are very, very fragile. And what it does capture is the way sand is oftentimes combed in Japanese gardens to look like waves.
Sorry about that. I was here. I heard you. Is somebody a collector of this already, or so if somebody sees something tonight and they want to have it, how do they do that besides going to your website? Is there an email, a direct email that we could give them?
Yeah, my email is gainesart, GAINESART, at yahoo.com. Now, this piece is already spoken for. It is in the collection of the Wichita Falls Art Museum.
Yes, that's what you had just said as my daughter came in here. art@yahoo.com. I am going right here. They're lucky to have that. They're very lucky to have that. Again, you can reach Anne at gainesart@yahoo.com. And let's go to, how about, we did St. Mark's. Anne, okay, so wait, which one is this one? Ooh.
Oh, that's a detail of it. To the left, I'm seeing the entire painting. But this was called Huron is Raging. And it was about this shoreline in Lake Huron that for 4 years, my husband and I stayed at this motel on Lake Huron in St. Ignace, Michigan. It actually, now that I think of it, the title was Diminishing Shoreline. That was it. It's a large watercolor. It's framed 30 by 36 inches and very, very detailed. Every year that we came back, more and more and more of the shoreline was not visible. I mean,
Mm.
a lot of it has definitely shrunk. And one year, someone put together a cairn, which is the stack of rocks that you see in the foreground. You also see a lot of prairie grasses and flowers from the Upper Peninsula. And yeah, I didn't want to paint this in the interim, meaning between when we were there and when we went there the following year. I wanted to finish it on location. So it represents 12 days of labor, 4 different years. And last it's finished and framed. But it
I,
definitely captures the feeling of Lake Huron. And unfortunately, um, that that patch of nature behind the rocks is all gone
oh,
because a Hilton hotel has been built there.
oh, I see.
And it made me quite upset, actually. But when I see this patch of earth, it just brings a lot of emotion to my mind. I became very attached to this particular location.
It's very beautiful. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. Next, we've got Lugano. Oh, love it.
Switzerland, painted on location in 3 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. It's so vibrant. I can just jump in there. Do you know Mary Poppins? It's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. When they're
Yes.
like in that world, that's what it feels like. It's so like it's just so beautiful. And there's so much going on there. I mean, you
Yeah, the
captured it
color was
all.
very magical and very bright that day. I still own this piece. I had a lot of tiles printed from these paintings that I did on location in Europe when I took students there, because I haven't been ready until now to really part with the originals because they encapsulated such incredible memories.
So, what would be the percentage of art that you have as opposed to collectors?
Hmm.
The
Well, okay, I don't want to tell my age, and I won't.
You're ageless. You're the goddess of the sea. Come on, we already know this.
That's right. I keep my fishtail well covered. Um, um, yeah,
Well,
I
that's a
love
big
painting on
question.
location, and that's what this shows.
It's so beautiful. I kind of want you to sing right now. Can we have a song? Can I
Yes,
spotlight
well,
you?
this
All
is
right.
appropriate for
Okay.
this piece because Lugano, Switzerland, is right next to the Italian border, and I love to sing in Italian.
What
So
are you
I'm
going to
going to
sing for
sing
us?
you an aria that I learned years ago in voice lessons when I was taking from Marcella Faustman at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo. But I still sing it with Moira sometimes. It's a great exercise. It's by Giovanni Pergolesi, and it's called Se tu mami se sospiri. And it starts, Se tu mami, se tu sospiri sol per me, gentil pastor. O dolor dei tuoi martiri, o diletto del tuo amor, ma se pensi che soletto io ti debori amar. Pastorello si soggetto facilmente a t'ingannar. Pastorello si soggetto facilmente a t'ingannar. Facilmente a t'ingannar. Della rosa porporina oggi Silvia sceglierà con la scusa della spina, doman poi la sprezzerà, doman poi la sprezzerà. Ma diglio il consiglio, io per me non seguirò, no perché mi piace il giglio, gli altri fiori sprezzerò. Sei tu, mami, sei tu, sospiri sol per me, gentil pastor. O dolore tuoi martiri, o diletto del tuo amor, ma se pensi che soletto io ti debori amar. Pastorello sei soggetto facilmente a t'incanar. Pastorello sei soggetto facilmente a t'ingannar. Facilmente a t'ingannar.
Absolutely amazing. So
Well,
good.
I have no objectivity. I just sang.
My dad loves opera. Like he
I
loves
know.
opera.
I've run into your dad and your mom at the opera occasionally.
Really?
Yes.
I want
They
to
were
be
sitting
there.
a few seats behind us once.
I want to know. I want. So how can a singer like me become an opera singer? I can't, right? I can't because I've not practiced singing like that.
Well, you have to open your mouth wide and you have to use a lot of your stomach muscles.
Can we try right now?
Let's see. You can do a scale. That goes from your chest voice to
Wow.
your head voice.
You're giving me chills. You're giving me chills. Will you give me voice lessons? Oh my gosh, we're here with Anne Farley Gaines. She is literally the goddess of the sea on the music train. I am the luckiest around, Mr. BK Han. I'm sure you are very proud of our show right now with this amazing artist on the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We have more music, more art, and then I have to write a song at the end of it all. And Anne is going to sing us out with a Christmas tune, one that so many people, it's their favorite song. So if you have any questions or any comments, please put them in the comment posts and we will find out what's going on. My Beata says, thank you for the beautiful song. She loves the mysterious, abstracted, translucent shapes of the one, I believe, right before. It's either this one. Let's see, 726. Yeah, this is the piece, I believe. Thank you, Beata. All right, let's go and get us to see another one of Anne's works here. Live on the music train. Music is art and art is music. That's how I feel. They're too interconnected to really separate in my mind. How about we go to Buckingham Fountain? Ooh.
Yeah, this was painted from a photo that I took at night. And my husband and I are with our bicycles in the foreground.
Oh, that's you guys. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
So wait, do all of these exist in a book? Is there a book being made of all your works?
Well, what's very interesting, and you'll find this, a lot of people in the audience, I don't know how many there are, will find this quite fascinating. In 1975, that was the year I went on art abroad with 22 other Principia students and Mr. James Green, who was our main professor. And I found my trip diary not long ago. And by not long ago, I mean October 2024. And I decided to type it out. And in reading it, I thought, oh my gosh, this stuff is interesting. I want to write everybody that I know that went on the trip and tell them to send me images of their work if they still have them. And I'll make a book out of it. And sure enough, I am making a book. It is called Principia Art Abroad 1975 and Ripple Effects. Ripple Effects, the second half, is what we have all done with our art careers over the past 50 years. And I just wrote my section for Ripple Effect, and I'm sending it to my cousin. I'm also sending it to all the people who are participating in sending me images of what they did on the trip and photographs that they took, and encouraging them to send me essays on what they've done since then. I'm giving everybody the deadline of January 20th because I'd love to have it published for our 50th class reunion.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You're amazing. And you you reach out to the people you have memories with, art memories, and let's make a book. That is so, I'm so on board with that. I cannot wait to see that book. Here is the Buckingham Fountain. This is a different day. What's that?
Yeah, that was a demo that I had done for the Glenview Art League.
Oh,
And that was back in 2013. I had done this. The other one was more recent. But interestingly, they're having me do a mural with the community that's coming up this year. I wrote the grant for it. You
write grants too. She writes grants too. Oh my goodness. How did that happen that you started writing grants?
Well, when I was a member of ARC Gallery, and I was a new member, that they really love to put new members to work. And one of the woman who was the president came over to my house one evening, purportedly to look at my work. And what her real reason was, I found out, was to see if she could draft me into writing a small grant for the gallery.
Okay.
And what I found was that I'm a natural at writing grants. It really starts out with being caring enough about the organization to really dig in and get all the facts together and all the phraseology together to make a grant-worthy statement, so that the people reading it will think this organization needs money, needs to be funded, and we'll be happy to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that grant, and I caught on fire from that point on.
Let's go. Well, if I ever need a grant, I'm going to ask you to write it. What can I give you? I could trade you a custom song for a grant. You know what? I want to actually invite.
It's called Singing for Your Supper.
Yeah, Singing for Your Supper. You guys, I'm inviting you again to go to AnneFarleyGaines.com. Find Anne on Facebook, Instagram. Find her wherever she is. Oh, my mom, Beata. She says, "Oh, I didn't know about the grants. How about one for Woman Made?" she's asking you now.
Well, Beata, we'll talk about it.
Let's go.
We'll talk about it.
You know, she writes grants too for Woman Made Gallery. If you guys don't know about Woman Made Gallery, why not? There's still time to donate. It's
fabulous.
Not for profit in Chicago. That's how I met Anne at the yearly auction, which happened in Pilsen, in the Lacuna Arts building, which they were part of that building in that area for many years. Now they are downtown Chicago on Maxwell Street, right across from Bar Louie. They're next to a Starbucks. I don't think they ever had a better location. I'm so happy for Woman Made Gallery to have found this location.
It's the best.
It's an amazing space. They've been in 5 different spaces. If you guys haven't heard, Woman Made Gallery is a not-for-profit organization, Chicago's longest feminist-run organization, 33 years. My mother was the director for 22 years. She co-founded it with Kelly Henson in 1992 after going to college, after having 5 kids, and her senior thesis for her art class was Woman Made Gallery, because at the time only 5% of women's works were on the wall, and they thought, what is going on here? Why aren't women being represented with our art? And so I believe now it's calculated something in the 20% range. That's something. There's progress happening. Speaking of progress, I know there's one over here. Let's talk about aquatic habitat. Oh wait, this is the one. Hold on. Did we do this one already?
You showed that. You showed that.
That's not the one I wanted to do. Let's do, where are we? Oh, this one. Yes. Which one is this one?
Right. That is called Carry On Flower at Midnight. This is so interesting that you brought that up, that you chose that. This piece was fired 3 different times with 3 different glazes. The first time it was a cone 10 glaze, which means that it was a heavy firing, meaning that it was over 2,800 degrees, and I used dark, dull colors. And the piece looked dark and dull, still interesting, but dark and dull. And then the second time I used low fire glazes, which meant that it only went up to 1,600 degrees, but they were bright colored. However, they pooled into a mass at the bottom of it. My husband made this. He formed the ceramic, and I chose to paint this carry-on flower, which was at the Chicago Botanic Gardens at that time. It's a very large tropical flower that looks like it's giving you the bird, but it's not. And the second time, I mean, it just was very strange the way the green glaze pooled and cracked in the bottom of this hollowed out bowl.
I love
It's
it.
not a flat piece. It's actually a bowl.
So
but
where is this? Where is this piece? Sorry to interrupt you.
Now, this is still in our collection,
Okay.
and it's on a stand. The third time, I used what's known as coyote glazes, and they fire at approximately 2200, which is between 2800 and 1600 degrees. And it came out this mysterious with these mysterious blues and greens and a little bit of amber, and I absolutely loved it. And one of the places where it was shown was at the Highland Park Art Center in a show that was titled Love and Collaboration in 2020, right before the pandemic hit. Nobody was wearing masks. People were still, eating from the buffet table and not worrying about getting germs. And the atmosphere was light and airy and lovely.
Do you still find that being out in public and doing those things pre-COVID that you're nervous about that, or feel that
No, not at all.
yeah.
Not at all.
What was COVID like for you to that time?
Well, it was actually a time for getting things done. And I was working on, and this is quite interesting. I had gotten a grant to work with local youths to make wonderful murals, 3 of them out of very ugly cement barriers at the Maxwell Street Community Garden. My friend Marcia Wyatt wrote the grant with me. She's the director of the garden, the community garden I belong to. And we were given $5,000. And it was to go to my salary. It was to go to what the children were going to be paid. Well, children, they were young adults that I was working with. And we were told at one point that they had to pull the grant because people just couldn't risk touching each other or being around each other. And I said, no. I've got another plan. I'm going to get 5 boxes from Home Depot with their names on. And I'm going to put ceramics and nippers, ceramic mosaic tiles, nippers, and pieces of hardybacker that I will have cut vegetables out of, vegetables and flowers and animals and birds. And students can choose what they'd like to make at home out of mosaic. And on the honor system, they can write down the hours that they spent in order to be paid. It worked like a charm.
That's
and eventually
so
we worked outside next to each other. I introduced them to opera, and they started recognizing things like La Habanera from Carmen, which I sang to them on occasion.
Oh, you're going to have to sing it right now. Are you ready?
I guess I can. I'm going to have to use my music, though, because I haven't absolutely memorized it yet. But here it is. I will not sing the whole thing to you because it's long. But I'll know when to stop. L'amour est horrible qui nous ne peut apprivoiser. Et c'est bien qu'on l'appelle celui qu'on vient de refuser. Réunifie son prière, il parle bien autre c'était. Et c'est autre que je préfère, il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. L'amour, l'amour est enfant de bohème. Il n'a jamais connu de loi, Si tu ne m'aimais pas, je t'aime. Si je te me prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimais pas, si tu ne m'aimais pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aimais, si je t'aimais, prends garde à toi.
Yes, amazing. You're amazing. I
I
just
cut it a
can't.
bit short.
It was so good. You give me chills when you sing. I get chills. You guys, are you getting chills out there?
Oh,
Getting chills here with Anne Farley Gaines live on the Music Train. Um, it's just again so much love coming from Beata. I know that this house you remodeled, this Victorian house, and it finished in 1996. That's quite a labor of love. Did you do all that physical work yourself to remodeling that house?
no, I had a very competent team, but I did
Okay,
do some of the remodeling, yes.
because that's a
And
labor of
there
love. Yeah.
are some areas like our kitchen that I've done murals in. And
Oh,
I'm going to be doing um, a, a backsplash beyond our counter in the bathroom.
uh-huh.
And I have it all designed. I just need to take the time to put the mosaics in.
I love everything you're saying. You're so artistic. I love that the arts grabbed you on early. Granted, your great uncle was. I mean, what happened when you were little? I wonder. You just were an artist from the beginning. You just were. I mean, you must
I
have been.
saw a lot of his work early on, and Mother explained to me about him early on. He never had a day of education until after going to Albion College. He went to the Art Institute, and they sent him back after a semester, and they said, "You have a very natural gift, and we don't want to ruin it."
Huh.
He was America's foremost wildlife artist
Amazing.
in the time period in which he lived. And I met him when I was 6. Mother took me and Grandma, who was his sister, and my sister Susan. The four of us went to Long Island to visit him and Aunt Jessie. And he was 82 at the time. He was losing his sight a bit, but Grandma showed him a portfolio of my work. I did
Aw.
a lot of drawings of little piggies on her farm.
Oh.
I drew gypsies. Dad used to talk to me about the gypsies that went by his home in Logan, Iowa, when he was a young boy, and he and his brother and sister had to stay on the porch when the gypsies went by with their I should say that the Romanians went by with their carts and all,
Hmm.
because sometimes um, it, they reputedly stole children.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but maybe a lot of those stories are apocryphal. I don't like to say anything negative about any ethnic group, but I used to listen in fascination to his stories about the earrings that they wore and the bandanas, and I used to draw from my imagination what they must have looked like.
I want to see those pictures. The Romanian gypsies. Let's go. I hope that they weren't stealing children. That's horrible. Uh, that's I've never heard that before. Which one is this one? Right here.
That one is titled,
Opposites bottom.
uh, yeah, Opposites Attract. That was what it was called.
Very Mardi
I was
Gras.
not
Very
always, it was about my first marriage.
okay.
This was the top part of it, the
Hmm.
part that was about me. The bottom part I didn't show. There was a slamming door, very abstract, and a football in the air, and colors that represented anger. I won't go into it any further than that. But it was shown at ARC Gallery in a show that was called Six by. Um, it was called 6 by 3. One had to do a piece that was 6 feet by 3 feet. So it was a watercolor that was on top of another watercolor, and this was the top.
Hmm. I
So
love
not
it.
all of my life has been, a bed of roses. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's still beautiful. It makes me think of Mardi Gras, and I like your description, what you shared with what we can see and what we can't see, what we can discern and what we can't discern. That's the art world, isn't it? And
It most certainly is. And art has, I think it has made me notice things. It makes one notice things, little things, a lot more than if you didn't go through life with an artistic lens.
hmm.
I'm
Let's
not
fit.
saying that it's wrong to not be artistic. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that art is something that really opens your eyes, makes you listen to people more, makes you see things that others might not see.
in
And
the, in this
we
fast
have to be
world.
careful sometimes of our sensitivities.
That's true. Triggers, they're so real. I Woman Made Gallery. I think in my mom's house there's a work of art, or art for art's sake is a luxury women cannot afford, is what that quote, I believe, a work of art that one of the Women Made Gallery artists had created. Art for art's sake is a luxury women cannot afford. I think that's very powerful. I think that these works of art tell stories beyond even what we can even verbalize. They're catharsis to just be able to get through life. I mean, as a songwriter, that's how I feel songs are. So I feel for artists, it's the same.
Your
Um,
songs have a lot of feeling to them, Bessie.
yes,
That
we're gonna write one. I'm gonna need a few words from you. Oh my gosh, it's already we're almost there. Ah, I don't want to say goodbye. We're gonna have to hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to hear. Hold on. Let's see. We got Did Lugano, Sinking Dreams. Oh, this is amazing too. This is also I can feel a lot here with this one.
that was after visiting Venice in 2003, and it was a demonstration that I had done for my students at the academy the following quarter. And several of the academy students that were on the trip to Venice saw me start this piece. It was an assignment in montage. That means taking a central image and creating images within that image to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about Venice. I think Sinking Dreams was an appropriate title because Venice is sinking very, very gradually.
Yeah.
It's definitely a city of mystery, of elaborate clothing, elaborate architecture, and stories that
This is
are very deep and very powerful.
This is a very powerful piece, and I want it to be one of the album cover for you. Have you thought about putting out an album of songs, of opera songs?
No, I haven't, but um, I could definitely think about it at some point.
This could be the cover, and you could do you could do songs that are your favorite in the public domain, or if not in the public domain, releasing through DistroKid, like a lot of independent artists release their music. There's a small sync licensing fee of $12 a year, and you can cover any song out there and release it as your own, not as your own, but you know what I'm saying, your version of it. So it's
Wow.
very doable. I know how, and if you want me to, I can help make it happen.
Sure.
Your first single. You know, I want you to of course, be the new singer for the Universal Music Anthem all around the world, which was an amazing song, born on X with Mr. James Z, who asked me to produce his song from his composition via guitar, via GarageBand. And what ended up happening was there was an amazing song contest, and we found amazing singers. You know what? I think I would like to actually play that for you right now since I'm talking about it. And this is the song that we sang together at the Atlantic
Oh,
Bar and Grill. But this is the original, well, the second original, I should say. The original. This is featuring Yisa from the Philippines, who took
let's
first
hear it.
place, and Joe Nix and Asher Nix out of the UK with a chorus of amazing singers, produced by Mr. Charles White and composed lyrically and top melody by me. But I very much took what I was hearing and just added some words. Let's go.
face. There's a light that always shines. When you know their names, you can feel their pain and the love that still resides. All I know is that we can be as one, and the truth, yes, it knows your name. So it's time to begin. From the highest mountains to the sea, where you find yourself, won't you let love in? Over all the world, all the flags unfurl, knowing peace can be in our hands. If we only care, we'll be brave and dare, fill the streets in many lands. Raise our voices up in harmony to sing we want the sound. We'll stay hand in hand.
Wow, Isa did such an amazing job with Joe. Ah, Charles White did an
Beautiful.
amazing job. That the person who reached out to me, James Zahar, the composer, that he's a truck driver, and he said, I am not a musician, I'm a truck driver, but I have this song and I really want it. I heard you sing on X and I really can you make it happen that it's a song? And I said, yeah, I can make it happen that it's a song. And I listened to it and I asked Kevin, my husband, to mix it. And he was like, because it's an orchestral piece. It's obviously an orchestral piece. No one had ever asked me to do it, I've collaborated with people. I've wrote songs with people. I've written songs with people and done that, but I've not ever an orchestral piece. So I was like, how am I going to do this? So I, of course, thought of Thor Sigurdsson. I know you knew his mother. Thor Sigurdsson went to Juilliard and is a cellist, is an amazing concert cellist. And I said, please, can you play the top line? Can you play the line of this song so that we can start at bare bones? Because what James had done, lots of different moving parts on GarageBand, they were all synthetic instruments. You know what I'm saying? All the pieces. And then Thor laid down the beautiful cello, da 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 da, what you hear there. And that's how we built the song. Then I asked Charles White to, can you produce this if we find all the pieces with this top line and stuff? And he did. And I reached out to you thinking you would be singing in that chorus, that you hear that chorus. This was before we released this song. We were about to release it. And I wanted you to be singing that high soprano in the chorus. And as timing, we didn't have... It wasn't the moment to do it, but I know why now, Anne. It's because you're supposed to sing the lead on it. And so our next plan, and I hope you say yes, is that we're going to have it in 5 languages. So far, we have Iba Burevjenya is singing it in Russian. We have Isa, who you just heard. She will be singing it in the Philippine language. Then we have Deb L singing it in Spanish. And we have, Russian, Spanish, French. Chantel is going to be singing it in French, and I want you to be singing it in English.
Wow.
And then
I'll
we will
do it.
Let's go. So then we're going to have the album out with the Universal Music Song Anthem, also called All Over the World, with these 5 amazing singers. All right. Well, you guys, we're getting to that point where I have to write a song. But before I do, I'm going to need a couple words from you. Anne, This is a show that started off on an app called Connect Club, where Mr. B. Kehan, my partner out of Singapore, said guests, there were just a couple, 2 or 3 every now and then when we were on it. Give us a couple words. Vessi's going to write a song for you on the spot. So he kind of put me on the spot. And with my digital audio workstation in my studio, as I wrote the song live with a couple words from the guests, I recorded it in real time at my studio. And I mixed it a little and would send it to him. And then he turned it into a digital asset, an NFT, a digital artifact, which is creating art by receipt with timestamp on the blockchain using cryptocurrency. So essentially, season 1 of the Music Train is only digital collectibles of each of these moments of these songs being written. And in 2021, we decided to start a video podcast. So we're in season 8. You've been our guest today on episode 11. I just want to thank you again for making time for us. I've loved having you on. I could talk to you for like 10 more hours about all your work, your life, your journey, where you're going, and what you hope to do with music. I know that you're going to be embraced at every step of the way because you have a heart of gold and your voice speaks volumes. So thank you so much again for being our guest.
Thank you so much, Bessie. It was a real privilege.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Am I supposed to give you a couple of words?
Yes.
Okay, here's one. Effervescent.
Yeah, I have to put this in a song.
You put effervescent in a song?
I'm going to have to. You're telling me that's the word. Okay, I could do it. Any others? Effervescent?
Let's see. Surreal.
Effervescent, surreal, and let's see here. All right, I will do my best.
Glorious.
Effervescent, glorious, and surreal. I hope I don't forget these words here. Hold on here. Tuning up a little bit.
Just think EGS.
Effervescent, glorious, and surreal. All right, I will try. I hope I don't forget them. Wild, wild heart, glorious heart, effervescent from the start, ride the wave, ride the plane, ride. See you, you're lit up on loving life, on loving life. I see you, you're lit up on loving life, on loving life. And it's so, so good to have you on the music train. And Farley Gaines, it's so good to have you here today. Because you're effervescent, glorious, surreal, goddess of the sea, effervescent. And let's go and Farley Gaines. She's the reason that we came to the music train today. And Farley Gaines, thank you for being the guest on the music train. Ba 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 ba. La 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 la. Yeah. Thank you, Anne. Yay.
Beautiful.
What a show. So
it
fun.
Takes a special person to spontaneously write a song in front of an audience of who knows how many people. You're a marvel.
Oh, thank you. It says there's 65. I'm not sure if there's how many there are. This is on one of the apps, I believe, that it shows 65. Thank you. It's a little nerve-wracking to try and write a song with a few words, but it's fun. It became our concept for the show. Like, don't be afraid, just go ahead and do the thing that you want to do. Create it.
Well, if you're really onto something, which I think you are with what you just composed, you've recorded it, right?
Oh, yes, we're live and people could view this on the replay on YouTube, X, Facebook, and also YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. Yes.
Oh, very good. Wonderful.
All right. Well,
Thank you for this
everybody,
opportunity.
thank you so much. I was hoping you're going to sing us out, but before we go, I wanted to find out if you had any advice for the young up and coming artist that's kind of at a crossroads. And if you could, I'm gonna spotlight you here because I kind of just want you to stream of consciousness, just share kind of what can they rely on.
Look within and do what possesses you. Otherwise, what you do will be forced. If you do what possesses you, you won't be sorry. You won't be misled.
I love that. I love that. And without further ado, I'd love to hand you the mic again to close us out with a beautiful song. I know what you're going to be singing, and I would love you to share the story maybe of how this song came to be one of your favorites.
Holy Night?
Yes.
It came to be one of my favorites from just the spiritual experience of singing it every year around the Christmas holidays. You either love a melody or you don't, and this is a melody that's one of my very, very favorites. And I will sing the first verse and just the first verse because I think that's all we need to hear to get us into the holiday spirit. Should I start?
Yes, please. And then I will have a following question before we close about where you'd like to take your art and music, ideally. We'll close the show with that. Thank you, Anne.
I definitely have some ideas. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary soul rejoiceth, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night, oh, holy night, oh, night divine.
Yay! I love that song.
I sang it a little lower than I usually do.
It was beautiful. I love that song. That's one of our most favorite songs to sing. Every Christmas, we have our traditional dinner, and then we sing songs together as a family. That's how I grew up. So, and that's a favorite of my father's and of many others in my family. Thank you so much, Anne. And just to close the night again, I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in to Music Train Season 8, Episode 11 with Anne Farley Gaines. Again, you can visit her at AnneFarleyGaines.com. You can also find her on Facebook and Instagram at Anne Farley Gaines. That's AnneFarleyGaines.com. And you can find her again on Facebook and Instagram at Farley Gaines, at Anne Farley Gaines, excuse me. And then without further ado, I just wanted to, close out with the question of where would you like to take both your art and music ideally? What is the vision for that? And I'll just solo you one more time, Anne. Thank you again for being our guest today.
Well, I have a vision actually of having a collaborative show at Woman Made that would be of artists who are also musicians. And at the opening, people could sing, they could play instruments, anything that would have to do with the piece that they created. I curated a show a few years ago that had 10 venues called Chicago Artists Interpret Shakespeare. I think it would be very wonderful to do a show where people do work based upon a music composition that is true to their heart and produce it in whatever medium they feel would bring the point across the best. I would love personally to do a series of pieces based upon various operas. My husband, Jeffrey, who's a wonderful sculptor, Jeffrey Novelli, and he would be Geoffrey Novelli. That would be how he would be found on Instagram. NovelliStudios.com is his website. But he has done a series of opera divas in using various metals, and they're wonderful. Several of them are combined with the idea of, of Asian dancers per se. And the combination of opera divas and Asian dancers is a very strong one.
Well, there you have it. That is wonderful. A dash to your husband, Jeffrey. And I know that you guys will be making art together for a long time. It's a wonderful life that you have, that you've curated. And it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And it's been a pleasure to be here with you guys again on Music Train. I want to just bring up one more thing, that you can reach out to us anytime to talk to us about how you want to be on this show, how you want to get your word out, your art out, your tech out, anything that you'd like to do that has to do with the dance of life, because Music Train isn't only about music. It's really about the stories of how we all kind of arrived here. And planet Earth is an interesting place to arrive together. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to close out the show. Again, shout out to Heartistry and Asher Nix for the opening song. We will close with Susie Williams and The Great Secret. Thank you again. We'll see you next week with the one and only Ron Onesti from Ron Onesti Entertainment. Oh my goodness. Did I tell you I got a job at the Arcata Theater? I'll tell you more about it next week. Here we go, guys. Thanks again for tuning in.
God was full of wine last night, so very full of wine, that he let a great secret slip, a great important secret slip. He was so very full of wine, and he said, there is no one on this earth who needs a pardon from me, for there is really no such thing. I say that there is no such thing, for there is really no such thing as sin. The beloved, he has gone completely wild. He has poured himself into me, and I am blissful this earth who needs a pardon from me. For there is really no such thing. I said that there is no such thing. For there is really no such thing as sin.